Hello, everyone, and welcome to GG Speedruns, and welcome in to this double header here on this Wednesday evening of the 8th annual Super Smash TV tournament. We have, at least for the moment, a trifecta in the booth here this evening. I'm Ferran Burgundy alongside Tetsuo and Aquas. And, well, this first matchup should be a goodie as we have a former champion in DarkLordGonzo who took a few years away from the game and now is in the second round of the upper brackets, taking on the fifth-seeded Tele01.
Yeah, should be a pretty good match. I mean, Dark Lord Gonzo coming off that 3-2 victory on Firebroth, and Telia who had swept Seawalker. But yeah, Firebroth, no joke either. He's been PBing as well. So Dark Lord Gonzo, a little bit of a mystery. You might see him surprise us a little bit here. Think it could be a good match.
Yeah, I'm very curious how this is going to be. I'm anticipating a really good match here. The winner of this match will be facing me, so I have a stake in this one. Taylor is a really good buddy of mine, so obviously, I'm always rooting for him. But Gonzo has been, he's been in a pretty good form here, so I'm expecting a good one, guys.
Yeah, like the thing with Smash TV is like with Gonzo, like he may have be off for a few years, but once you get back in the swing of things, like he probably will get back to his original form. So his true Andros face form or whatever you might want to call it. So yeah, he does have like the robot face thing going on.
Well, that notwithstanding, I have let the runners off here. Telio looking at the kind of tail of the tape here. Currently ninth on the leaderboard as far as PBs with a 5 minute and 23.483 second time.
Yeah,
Dark
and
Lord Gonzo a little further back, but still sub 6 at a 5:53.033, 31st on the leaderboard.
right. Yeah, and then Telio recently got the fastest Mutoid Man fight ever. So that was pretty cool. It was a couple days ago. I think it was like 63 seconds or something. It was like one lobber and then all spreaders the rest of the drops basically. And he had a really good manual at the beginning of the fight. Well, it's sick. Anyway, looks like they're generally tied up here. Or no, Telio's ahead.
Yeah, I think Taylor got like a 38, like a high 38. Gonzo was like a 42, like a mid 42. And yeah, they're chasing drops here. Yeah, no fortunate drops so far. Just feet for Telio. Gonzo's gonna decline the power bomb, razor shield for Gonzo, so it'll help him clean up a little bit. Prioritize different lanes with that.
Yeah, Razor Shield Constellation prize there. Telio's going to be out pretty quick, grabbing that orb early, so he should be good to go here. Taking out the swirl just fine, and no 4 shrapnels on screen for Telio, so he's all good there. Meanwhile, Dark Gonzo. Oh, the dance with the swirl was a failure, and he falls.
Yeah, sometimes it's not so bad, like if you have enough shrapnel off the screen, because if you have 4 on the screen, you're going to start losing time there. So if you take a death and there's only a couple, you could like use that invulnerability when you spawn back in and just kill more of them.
Yeah, but yeah, Gonzo grabs the orb, so he's gonna stabilize here for now, but still gonna be he's gonna fall behind a little bit from this room. Meanwhile, Telio entering the next room with rockets, so that's pretty nice.
And yeah, 218 for Gonzo into Total Carnage, and with the orb and rockets as well. So at least he'll be able to like stay on track. You never know; he could get a little bit closer, draw a little bit closer, depending on the drops. But Telio seems to be getting pretty favorable drops here. So did Gonzo. He also got the Razor Shield, so this is cool.
All right, so yeah, things gonna even up or even out a little bit in terms of the drops here. Telio still leading with the rockets. Foot on Gonzo's side, just holding the center. Telio just taking out this room really quick. He's already done at 3 minutes. Nice.
Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah, 3 minutes or like lower than that. That's really good. And yeah, Gonzo, it looks like he's just gonna stay on the same pace here. Telio probably got ahead a little bit more because of the more favorable drops, and also Gonzo taking a little bit of time clearing the shrapnel. So just about 19-second deficit.
Taco Bell product placement with Taco Bell.
With Diablo sauce.
Got it in. Telio's in the tank trouble room with a nuke to start out. That's pretty good. Gonna help him get the gunners.
Burning it early, I see.
Just good to grab just stuff immediately if it's worthwhile, just so you can take control.
I'm at the product placement.
Oh yeah.
Or like baby rattlesnakes, I guess, right?
Oh no, Telio losing the
no.
orb. Gets a razor shield though. But DarkLordGonzo without anything here. Somewhere along the way lost the orb, and now is just trying to hang in there with this terrible tank trouble. And gets clubbed down trying to go for the rockets. Meanwhile, a 416 for Telio into Mutoid Man.
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, it's like really like grabbing drops is always like most of the time in tank trouble very dicey. So you have to really choose like when it's worth it.
Telio's gonna be rocking like a 30-second lead here, so we're gonna need Mutoid Man to pull some magic for Gonzo.
And another
one
death
way or
for
another.
Gonzo. He's having a really hard time here.
So far, not much to write home about. Now getting lobbers is Telio, but just some empty drops in the beginning. An invulnerability, grenade, I think a key was in there. Able to take out those front gunners, but now only one form ahead here, maybe a form and a half. Oh, that second arm's starting to pop off. So yeah, DarkLordGonzo is going to be looking, well, there's an opening spreader. Can he manage?
Okay. Get a couple on the armpit, and a couple better than none.
Yeah, Gonzo's gonna need a spreader for sure. A good spreader.
In a good location, preferably, as we have one all the way on the side there. Gonna have to manual this one as well. Oh, and gets sniped by the one gunner in front. Meanwhile, the head popped off for Telio, continuing to rain those lobbers in. And now final form. And just tank trouble seemed to just do things in here for DarkLordGonzo. Is going to need a chain of spreaders and need them now. And even then, I don't know if it's going to be enough here to take game one.
We can only have so many games where 5 keys drop in a row, or was it invulnerability? Is that one round?
Oh, 7 out of 8 drops were keys. Yeah, that's oh man.
It's uncommon, but
Oh,
and there it is. Telio's going to take out Mutoid Man and is going to be ahead here 1-0 with a 6-1-9. Shout outs to Rey Mysterio.
Shout outs to Mr. Shrapnel.
Well, that too, yeah. Mr. Shrapnel being problematic over on DarkLordGonzo's side.
Yeah, so yeah, pretty solid run on Telio's side. Meanwhile, Gonzo finally getting the player 1 spreader.
Of course, too little, too late.
That's going to help him burn into the final form here.
A little bit of transfer damage, but does need another weapon. Does get some rockets here. Keeping distant, trying not to get sniped with the fire. Going to switch to grenades, and that's going to be enough here. Just has to take out the 2 shrapnel. Well, there may be a little time taken here as... Oh, no, okay, the explosion's going to be enough here, and this is going to be a 7-21 for DarkLordGonzo.
And just a reminder, this is a best of 5, for everyone wondering.
Yep, so that game 1 goes to Telio, but it takes 3 games to win the match.
Kind of a rough round for Gonzo. Didn't have a ton going for him. Had the orb for a while. Ended up losing in tank trouble. And then Telio, on the other hand, played pretty solid. I think he did lose the orb in tank trouble, though. I think that did cost him at least 15 seconds, so
Yeah, that orb being pressing for that double firepower, you want to get it as quickly as you can and hang on to it for as long as you can going through the Arena 1 areas. Just in case anybody new's popping in. I know you guys know this, obviously. You're
Yeah.
both yeah, you're both one of the higher seeds here. So yeah, you're both single digit seeds here, in fact.
Right. Orb, aka option, aka rotating ball, aka the blue ball. You know, or a helper fireman.
Yes, it's a litany of different nicknames. Well, they're readying up here, so I'm going to go ahead and let them loose, and we'll get game number 2 underway shortly.
You know, it probably does have an official name if you looked in the instruction manual. I never looked in it.
Yeah, same here. My lore is pretty bad with this game, but I like going fast in it.
Turns out the spreader is always, it was actually called the try shot. I just made that up, but try shot. You really gotta try hard to use it on Metoid Man.
This is true. I'm gonna start calling that now.
Okay, I'm actually looking at the instructions here. Oh gosh. So I guess what you would call a spreader is actually a scatter gun.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
why we call it a spreader.
Scatter. At least it has at the end.
Although that's also for the NES one. I thought I grabbed the SNES one, but so maybe it's different. We'll see. Anyway, they're both here in Arena 1, finishing up. It looks like the slight hole shot's going to be to DarkLordGonzo this time.
Yep, like a high 39 and then a low 40 for Telia.
Good luck. You'll need it.
Let's see if they actually get power-ups. Okay, invulnerability. And a spreader for Gonzo.
Yeah, Razor on Telio, so that's good. That's gonna help him stabilize a bit here with the foot. Pretty good. Gonna be able to use that nicely. Meanwhile, Gonzo getting nothing and continuing to get nothing.
Yeah, especially when like there's a drop, like you know, invulnerability or key when it's like all the way up in a corner, or all the way in the corner. It's like it's hard to fish for like the other items. Like sometimes we just choose to stay in the center, just maintain center control.
So Telio's fishing for the orb. DarkLordGonzo gets the orb. Telio gets the orb, and now we both have orbs. All right.
You'll have to see it.
DarkLordGonzo almost had that swirl infiltrate his orb area. Orb area.
Yes, here in Eat My Shrapnel, you have the 18 Mr. Shrapnels very slowly crawling along there, and they're timed. No more than 4 can appear on the screen. And you have to take those as well as the foot soldiers out, and when you do, you'll be able to move on to the next room. As Telio has done there at 207.
And Gonzo following with a 213. So yeah, still a close game here, guys.
Now into Total Carnage, where the enemy spawns increase to kind of a medium level, I suppose, as opposed to Tank Trouble, which is definitely Arena 3, kind of a sampler pack.
Yeah, this room is fairly comfortable if you're decent with the orb. And Telio rocking that right now. Not getting much power-ups, but just doing the orb thing. Kind of same deal with DarkLordGonzo. He gets a Razor, though.
That's why I commentate and don't play this game, because in this room, if it were any more indecent, I'd be arrested.
That's why, yeah, it is Total Carnage after all.
Living up to its name, about a 305 for Telio into the bonus room, and going to be about a 312, so maybe about a second lead gained for Telio here. And since we already burned our one, I did take a look here. So the spreader is known as the multi-directional photon gun.
Nice.
That's why we call it a spreader. And the orb is known as the machine gun firing remote.
Yeah, that's absurd.
I'm gonna
Tell
write
ya.
that down and use that now.
Maybe use the abbreviations MDTB or
MD
whatever.
and
Oh
the
no!
MGFR. Yeah, no.
Gonzo loses the orb pretty early. Meanwhile, Telio doing his thing. Oh,
Yeah, getting good power ups on Telio's side. Yeah, Gonzo needs to see some rockets maybe. You know that you could do some pretty good rocket footwork and.
the purples are coming in. But he nukes them all.
There you go. So a rocket. So if he uses these like somewhat conservatively, this could last for maybe the rest of the room for Gonzo.
About a 416 into Mutoid Man for Telio, and just a little overwhelmed was DarkLordGonzo there. Was trying to hold off on that nuke for as long as possible.
Ball bust on opportunity, and he misses it. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you know it's missed if you see the ball fly away like that.
Gonzo in at about like a high 445, low 446.
Telio taking the Telio death. It's redundant at that point, but just.
The Telio death being intentionally running into the mine to try to force a spreader by the door.
And Gonzo with
Okay.
the Telio death.
Yeah,
I'm asking because I don't know. I don't know what the Telio death is.
That's not a
Didn't
Telio
get
death,
it.
actually. That's when you gamble, like when you don't see the next drop, and you take a death anticipating.
Oh, and
Mother hen.
Telio sees the spreader, and it's being Mother Hen.
Oh, barely missed
Oh,
it.
wow.
Hate to see
Okay,
it.
well. Still.
Now one arm popped off here, and now
I got
there's
another
the
one.
spreader. Which
That's prime.
that is prime. Gonna lay in there, does just worlds of damage here, and I believe that got 2 forms there. Or was it just 1 and a lot?
Yeah, that was pretty prime. Yeah. And yeah, DarkLordGonzo just getting the arm off now, the second arm off now with a spreader. He's gonna work on some manuals, practice for the next round. Sorry, that's kind of cruel. But Telio's like, he cleans
final
his
form, and Telio takes it here. I mean, it's understandable that, I mean, the spreader drops were just pristine on a couple of occasions there for Telio, despite having one, despite having one kind of sat on by Mutoid Man as well. But Telio's going to take it with a 627 and is 1 win away from advancing.
Yeah, at this rate, we're probably looking at a sweep here. DarkLordGonzo did play a bit better in this round, but still struggled in tank trouble. If he can clean up that tank trouble, maybe he can get a game on the board here and let Mutoid Man carry him to victory a little bit. But because Telio's getting some good drops on Mutoid Man so far. Well, he got like 1 good spreader, I think, in the first game, but he got like 2 or 3 usable ones in that round. So statistically speaking, maybe he won't get spreaders in the next round, but anything could happen.
All right, Gonzo finishing up here. Looks like it'll be 7:30.
Good luck.
So pretty consistent between the two. Actually, yeah, both gaining about 8 or 9 seconds from their previous times. All right, Telio's readying up here. Now, the winner of this, as mentioned, will take on the 4-seeded Tetsuo. The loser of this series will go to the bonus bracket or the elimination bracket and face the 15-seeded ET Go Ham.
Okay. Yeah, we've already got a good number of matches cleared out in this tournament, so we're getting through it. This has been pretty nice pace so far. So hope everyone's been enjoying the matches. from GG Speedruns. Underscore Speedruns, excuse me.
And I don't know if we have any like I think we have some proposed matches coming up. I don't know if there's anything official yet. Do you guys know?
Nothing has been officially confirmed yet. There are some tentatively scheduled matches for the weekend, but that also depends on the availability of our own Mr. Dino023, who handles the restreaming here on GG Speedruns.
Shout out to Dino, by the way, the mad scientist behind the scenes and also in the scenes. We do see him from time to time, in the arena. So thanks for all you do, Dino.
Yes, it is greatly appreciated. Without this, without Mr. Dino stepping in at Tournament 4, this, we wouldn't still be going with this here 5 years later. So,
Mid 39 Telio, 41 for Gonzo.
yes, back to the action here. Although I'm sure Mr. Dino would love for more singing of his praises. Now, we have an orb over on. We have an orb over on Telio's side. Some rockets, meanwhile, for DarkLordGonzo.
Equal opportunity drops. Orb for Gonzo. Started with the rockets.
Yeah, I love to see it. Love to see it. We just want to see both of them keep the orb, out of, into Mutoid Man. Both of them, I want to see both of them with a ball bust opportunity. Or as Acclaim would put it, an option potentiality.
Yeah. Oh, but Gonzo lost the orb somewhere in there. Crap. It's gonna need a little help here from the game, likely. Okay, Razor. Okay, 4 shrapnels, bleeding some time there.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he keeps, control of the shrapnel, which it seems, not to blame him. Okay, he gets a replacement, so that's really good to see.
He's gonna be needing that. If not now, within probably 4 or 5 drops of the next room, as Telio getting some rockets with the orb and more power-ups, even going out of his way to grab the spreader. Just look for some more rockets there.
And a Razor on the feet for Gonzo, so that's really nice. He'll be able to comfortably control the lanes, but he does want to see some power-ups. He wants to see some rockets, so he could cut in and make that lead for Telio less, basically.
Yeah, he is not rockets, though. Spreader's all right. But yeah, now both runners with the Razor Shield or Discus defense, according to the manual.
Man. We were all so far off. They just make everything sound more futuristic, I guess, for the official naming. Keep it simple, spreaders.
What it is, yeah.
It's the future, right? 1990.
Although they don't necessarily have names, it just kind of tells you what they're like the nuke, as we refer to it, is the blows up all opponents on screen, according to the manual. Speak of which, there's Telio, and even that's kind of false, as the gunners on the wall aren't blown up or affected by it.
Are they not affected at all? I wasn't sure about that.
Gonzo takes a death. Very unfortunate.
Gonzo! Someone's gotta just give him some spirit here.
Replacement orb, very dicey, able to clear out some of those purple and green foot soldiers. And now a little bit of dancing is going to forego the nuke to try to control the middle here. Meanwhile, a Razor Shield, that's going to help Telio finish up the room, and is going to be in at a 415.
Yeah, Telio did most of what he needed to do with that orb. Okay, Gonzo's back with some power-ups here. Okay. I wouldn't say he's out of it yet.
Yeah, about a 19-second deficit, though, to make up here. But DarkLordGonzo is about to start the Mutoid Man room, and I mean, Teleo's working on those lobbers. Might have a grenade to be able to supplement it, but is just now popping off the first arm.
Oh, and he couldn't get the option potentiality, unfortunately. Dang.
Ooh!
Is this really going to be a
Nice.
thing? Oh, well, we've got a
Another spreader
spreader
for
here. That's a
Teleo.
thing for Teleo. And that's going to pop off the arm and possibly pop open the chest as well.
Going for some additional manuals, but then gets picked off. Going for the lobber. Okay, well, we'll see if that can play in DarkLordGonzo's favor with the spreader for DarkLordGonzo, with the spreader for Teleo, going for the manuals. DarkLordGonzo going to get some deep hits here.
Oh, there's an invulnerability, and he got ran over.
Well,
Tragic timing.
Yeah, I mean, he was like inside of Mutoid Man there with the invulnerability running out.
So now final form here for Teleo, and another spreader right in that player 1 position, which would be good for any form other than the final form.
They should do it for Teleo after this clip. Oh, and the lobbers for sure.
Yeah. There goes those Mutoid Man heads, the emote explosion, for reasons unknown.
I guess because it looks cool? I don't know. That notwithstanding, well, Teleo going through the door and DarkLord entering there, it almost looked like it was passing through from one screen to the other. But Teleo is going to take Game 3 and take the match with a 6-16.
Yeah, pretty decent showing from Teleo there. Maybe he was hoping for a little bit better. But I think he played pretty good.
Yeah, with what he was given, I thought Teleo did a very good job.
Well, M was just consistent here. I mean, the 3 times you have a 6-19, a 6-27, and a 6-16. So no major variances despite everything that's going on.
Gonzo getting the nothing near with the lobber finally, but got a couple empty drops there. Yeah.
Then the spreader finishes it off, going to take out the couple of shrapnels here, and DarkLordGonzo is going to move down to the elimination bracket, the bonus bracket as it were, and is now just kind of angrily firing about, understandably so, kind of getting a curtain call in here. Oh, and there's the mine if you stay in the room a little bit too long. And is going to be done in a in a rather theatric 742.